Cowbells. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming. Students, faculty, administration, and community members alike have all gathered in McNeese's beautiful oak-accentuated quad for their shared concerns about the future of higher education in our state. While I'd rather be gathered with you fine individuals for a vastly different reason, it is overwhelming to see the support and interest we have for such an important cause. We rally not in an attempt to place blame, to vent frustrations, or to divide ourselves on either side of the political spectrum, but rather, we gather to say, I have a problem with cutting funds for higher education. We unite to display our solidarity. We join together to tell our state legislators that we are tired of being first on the chopping block time and time again. Letting the record speak for itself, McNeese alone has witnessed a loss of nearly $25 million, a 59% decrease in state funding under the previous administration. I throw these figures out not in an attempt to expel doom and gloom among my fellow students, but simply to detail the severity of what these proposed cuts could do. While our university has reacted accordingly over the past several years, scraping by with pennies that used to be quarters, you and I both know it is only a matter of time before there are no corners left to cut. Everyone connected to this university is feeling these cuts all across the board, whether it be from the students who are unable to graduate on time because we simply can't offer the necessary courses every semester or even every year, to the struggling pupils disheartened by the continuous rise in tuition, to one of the many employees who has had to be laid off because we just couldn't afford their paychecks anymore. All areas of campus are involved. I'm sure I don't need to go into why it would be such a terrible idea to further decrease the amount of funding and support for universities in Louisiana, a state which currently ranks number 48 out of 50 in terms of education. I would, however, like to hit a few key points. As students of McNeese and residents of the Lake Charles area, it should come as no surprise that our school consistently ranks within the top 100 public universities in the nation. Just this week, McNeese's graduate program of counseling joins the list of ever-growing accreditations awarded to our school. For a university comparably small in enrollment and acreage, the 75-plus degree programs offered here produce hundreds of eager graduates each semester who are ready to become contributing working professionals within the community. On average, a college graduate is expected to earn $1 million more over the course of their lifetime than someone with simply a high school diploma. That's $1 million more per graduate over an average lifespan being pumped into this economy. Speaking of finances, McNeese has a $407.8 million statewide economic impact each year. Furthermore, it generates $22.7 million in tax revenues every year while only receiving $19.2 million in state appropriations. As simple subtraction shows, that's an annual allotment of $3.5 million being sent to the Capitol. Why, then, would anybody attempting to solve budget deficits reduce funding for an institution that gives back more than it receives? On the issue of TOPS, I can speak on a more personal level. All throughout my high school education, we were told again and again that by working hard to maintain our GPAs and scoring highly on standardized tests, we would receive assistance in paying for our degrees. We don't expect this money as a handout, but rather as something we worked hard to earn. Although it is, for the time being, much more affordable than other universities, if tuition at McNeese had to rise even further to cover the gaps left by a decrease in state funding, it is not a matter of if, but when some students would have to come to the realization that they just can't afford to earn that degree they so hungered for. We cannot proceed with the mentality some older generations might possess. I received my education, so why should I care about you? This is not the way to encourage a progressive state. This is not the way to change the statistic I mentioned earlier about being third to last in education. As Mr. Ackley mentioned in his speech, the 18 to 24-year-old demographic is often looked over as one that is apathetic, uninterested, and uninformed when it comes to political matters. Every single one of you standing before me proves the exception that this simply isn't true. But it takes more to get things done. It takes emails, phone calls, participation, and discussion on social media to get things done. But obviously, the most important thing you can do as a citizen of these United States of America is to exercise your God-given right to vote. To say, hey, I don't like that. To become the change you want. As the expression goes, want to scare your legislators? Then get out there and vote. No matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or anything in between, the issue is one that affects us all, one that affects our state, our economy, our families, our livelihood, and the future generations to come. It doesn't matter if you bleed blue, purple, green, or red. It doesn't matter if you're a pope, a tiger, a warhawk, or a chili pepper. What matters is you're a Louisiana citizen by birth or by choice. And now that our education is under attack, it's time we take action. It's time our voices are heard. Thank you.